In this edition, we also bring you special coverage from Motocare-Uganda as the company unveils a world-class high-tech service bay alongside the launch of 3 new car brands, including a Peugeot PickUp truck. Global markets are once again on edge as a sharp rise in oil prices fuels fresh inflation fears and threatens to slow economic growth. The energy shock is already pushing up transport and production costs worldwide, with African economies bracing for higher fuel prices and increased pressure on businesses and households. Hopes for cheaper global borrowing are fading as major central banks signal that interest rates could stay higher for longer. The shift is rattling investors and tightening financial conditions, with African markets facing the risk of capital outflows, currency weakness, and rising debt servicing costs. A slowdown in global trade is raising new concerns about demand, supply chains, and economic resilience. As major economies recalibrate and companies rethink sourcing strategies, African exporters are feeling this strain, but the shift could also open new opportunities for regional trade and industrial growth.
This week on BusinessNow, supported by Absa Bank Group, we come with a very unique subject, something that really touches your heart. If you're a company, if you're a corporation, if you're an NGO or a charity, or you're doing a business and you need to move things, or you like luxury, here we are. We are at Motorcare, and Motorcare is bringing you fresh brands, and we'll be talking about that. It's typical European luxury. I'm here with Florence. Thank you very much, Florence Makada. It's been a long time. Good to see you.
Long time.
Great.
Good to see you again.
She is the managing director here at Motorcare and is the person who has prepared this party. She is hosting today. If I may give you a background, there is a high-tech, high-end service bay that you've seen in other countries. One that has never been seen in this country. One that is not anywhere in East Africa, where your cars will be serviced. 60 cars, I am told, at a go in one day. And off you go. No traffic jam, nothing, no delays, just a coffee. Motorcare has been here for quite a long time. All right, and you are responsible for bringing great brands in this market.
Yes.
And the one that we know mostly is Nissan.
Yes.
Is the one that you bring mostly.
Sure.
And people identify Motorcare with Nissan.
Yes.
And there must be other brands to talk about. But first, take us briefly. What have you been up to?
We've been here in this market since 1994, and we are here to stay. We have been known for Nissans predominantly over the years, but I can only tell you that Care Group and Motocare, we actually do business in a sustainable way. We want the growth to be sustainable and future focused.
Tell me about that growth since all those decades that you've been in this country. Take me through what you have given your clients. Which sectors have you supported?
Motocare has serviced all sectors in this economy. As said, we started with Nissan. But because of our exceptional customer satisfaction in this, we have won awards for the best sales and after-sales customer satisfaction in Sub-Saharan Africa for the last 3 consecutive years.
Yes, and you operate in, 40 countries?
Well, in Africa, we are in Mozambique, and we are in here in Uganda, and we're in Denmark.
And you're Denmark.
Yes, but doing that, offering an exceptional customer satisfaction to our loyal customers, has made us grow.
All right, let's talk about your customers then, those that you have supported in this industry. Who are these? We're talking about NGOs, we're talking about government offices. Who is buying your cars, your high-end cars?
Government buys from us, the corporates buy from us, the B2B, the NGOs buy from us, and we also have private individuals, by the way, that have enjoyed our patrols for a very long time. So those are the main sectors that we are serving. Yes. And we have done that exceptionally well. And because we are always ready for growth, we are ready for any opportunity that hits up. You can see the workshop that we have put up. When Stellantis was looking for someone to offer the dealership to. When they moved around, they found us ready. And that's why you see we are launching the Stellantis brands in Uganda. Actually, we are launching the Stellantis brand house, the first in Africa.
Amazing. I've already seen some exotic brands that are coming here.
Yes.
But just before we go to, Stellantis and I think you spoke about the growth. I mean, by the time you attract brands like, you attract Stellantis
Yes.
investors, you're attracting big money.
Yes.
And that means there is demand in this. That means you're making money.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So talk to me about that demand. How has the business been? Is it healthy? Are you seeing hurdles, economic challenges? Because this economy has been, it has pretty good numbers, good inflation, stable currency and all that. Are those fundamentals helping you as a business?
Of course. Of course.
Talk to me about that.
Of course. And I can only thank the government for making Uganda conducive for investors. And you've talked about inflation below 5%. You've talked about a stable currency. And all these just don't come for free. There are people behind this to make it possible for investors. Uganda has the best foreign exchange policy. That I know because I've been to other economies and you see how they suffer to access foreign currency. And companies like us, we import. And because we import, we must pay our suppliers. You can't pay your suppliers in shillings. You can only pay them in foreign currency. But Uganda, we are able to pay our suppliers. And for me, that I find very, very interesting and very good for businesses. So because of that, the growth might not be very significant, but we run a sustainable business in Uganda. And we are happy to continue. And by the way, sometimes if you think you're going to do one brand and stay in the market, it doesn't work. The growth I'm talking about, you can see we started with Nissans, we went into Ford and Hyundai, and now
you're into other brands. And
Exactly.
you spoke about suppliers, and most of the conversation here is that you can't afford high-end car in this country because of there's a perception on spare parts.
Yes.
People are talking about spare parts. We're talking about where am I going to service it from? They think it's a problem. What do I do?
Yes.
I've seen French brands, Citroën,
Yeah.
Peugeot,
Yes.
already here, and you're bringing them.
Yes.
And so tell me, give the confidence to people that you want to attract to come and buy these cars. This is a Citroën, right?
Yes, this is a Citroën.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Let's have a look at it and tell us. So, talk to me about this Citroën. So let's talk about the price ranges now. What is going to happen? The financing models and all that.
I want to give the confidence to anybody wanting to get any kind of vehicle from Motorcare.
Yeah.
Today we are talking Citroën, we are talking Peugeot, we talk other brands. So when you walk to Motorcare, the reason why we are taking on more brands is we want to have something for everyone. Now this is based on price, how competitive is it to you? Are you able to get it? Now, what we have done over the years is apart from doing only outright purchases, we do what we call FML. Now this is full maintenance lease. That has eased cash flows for customers. It has eased cash flows for customers. So you don't have to worry about what you need to put down on the table before you drive. Affordability.
Yeah.
Everyone can afford a vehicle. We were running a campaign with NCBA Bank.
Yes.
And we got quite a number of people, including individuals, who went to NCBA.
The financial institutions are ready to come and finance this. They should come to Absa Bank. Why not?
Absa is one of our best banks.
Fuel efficiency, space, everything. This new Citroën.
Yes.
In everyone's budget. I can see it's a family car, office, everything.
Yes.
Wow. Let's go on to another one then. So brand new, but you didn't tell me. I need to hear average. If I put down $20,000 US, $25,000 US.
I'll find something for you.
What is the range for this baby here?
This baby here is between $20,000 to $26,000 on the road.
Wait, is that tax inclusive before tax?
On the road.
On the road.
Yes.
Plates
on the road.
on, off you go. Fuel efficiency.
Perfect.
Is it hybrid? The world is moving towards electrified EVs. All right,
Yeah.
you're talking about automated, super far next generation cars.
Yes.
You're talking about AI powered,
Yes.
systems into the car.
Yes.
Are these things you're bringing in the market?
Of course.
Really?
You mean you didn't know that Motorcare started bringing 100% electric vehicles in 2019?
How many units have we brought in this time around?
You know what?
What is the demand like? Because there is a conversation about, people loving gas-powered cars because, drill,
Initially.
baby, drill is still happening. So how many units, how is that segment of your business doing if you talk about EVs going forward?
You know what? There was a time when government put exemptions on
Yes,
EVs,
yes,
25%
yes.
exemption. We managed to push numbers,
Yes,
more than 20.
more than 20.
But when the exemption was taken away,
How is that affecting that segment?
because then the EVs become extremely expensive,
Yes.
people can't afford, apart from, of course, NGOs, embassies, the UN, those that are exempted from taxes. But if you want to deliver vehicles to corporates, like MTN, like UBA, like, those corporates, now it has become more expensive because the 25% import duty was put back.
Wow, so we're shooting ourselves.
So,
Clean
yes.
driving or smart driving initiatives are sort of slowing in this country.
Exactly.
All right then. So
Yeah.
this is a Peugeot,
Yes, this is a Peugeot.
a French brand as well, right?
French brand.
French brand.
Yes.
It's a pickup. This typical pickup you would NTV, ABSA could buy. If you have luggage to pack up there, people. So just tell me about this particular brand then.
You have our Navaras, right? NTV, NTV has our Navaras.
Wow.
So now I'm going to make sure you take a Peugeot. So you test. We are here to give you comfort and affordability.
So this Peugeot, that are we still talking about fuel efficiency? Are we still talking about what things are we talking about? I see it's
In this
super high-tech.
Peugeot, we're talking about suspension.
All right.
The suspension is the best. We're talking about fuel efficiency. We're talking about comfort. All those come in the Peugeot. And I want that going forward, as we push other brands, people take the opportunity to enjoy all those.
Super European brands in this market.
Yes, European brands.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, that's so great.
Yes.
So I see the provisioning, I see your varieties are increasing.
Yes.
All right. So
Yes.
Citroën,
Yes.
Peugeot,
Yes.
and kind of speaking some French
You want-
because those
yes.
are French brands.
Yes.
It's common when we're growing up. It is Citroën,
Citroën.
and Peugeot.
I know, and Peugeot.
Yeah, so we're starting
Peugeot.
to see those brands coming to the
Yes,
street.
yes.
One thing I wanted to ask you is, looking at your books, really, are you seeing more? Are you seeing government buying more from you?
Yes.
Are you seeing the private sector buying more from you? Who is your most reliable client going forward?
Government is the biggest buyer in this market. It's the biggest buyer in this market. Whatever business you do, government is the biggest buyer. It's only of recent that 2-3 years ago, when government limited purchase of brand new vehicles. So in the past, government took over 50% of our numbers, and then the rest, we had about 38 B2B,
Okay.
and then less than about 5% individuals. But now, because government business has reduced, we see more of B2B.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where we put more of our numbers. Yes. But
right.
we are hoping that government changes and starts purchasing vehicles. So we go back to the original
let's talk
numbers.
about how am I going to finance this asset? Do you have arrangements like commercial assets acquisition? Do you have arrangements with financial institutions like ABSA, or you spoke about another financial institution, to help individuals that might not be having a down payment to be able to acquire these cars? You have small and medium enterprises who are
Yes.
seeing you,
Yes.
growing businesses
Yes.
in this
Yes.
country,
Yes.
the growing middle class
Yes.
that is being talked about.
Yes.
What are financing models
Do we have?
do you have in your
In Motorcare.
here at Motorcare?
Okay. We predominantly do outright sales.
Yeah.
But over time, and to make sure that we meet customers' expectations, those that cannot come out with 100% the money from their pockets, we have arrangements. ABSA is our primary bank, plus Centenary Bank. So we always send our customers, we have arrangements with ABSA, Centenary Bank, and NCBA.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So we send them to
Out
these,
there.
and then they can be financed by the bank, and then the bank pays us. Now, others, like B2B, we have arrangements again with these financial institutions, and the customer will come to us, we give a proposal, a solution, and then the customer puts down on a monthly installment, and then the rest they go and use the assets, generate their revenue, and keep paying us per month. And that's what we call full maintenance lease.
Why are you finally investing in a large service area that outputs 60 cars off the belt at once in a single day in this market? It could have been Nairobi, could have been Rwanda, could have been Nigeria. Ghana.
Why not Uganda?
Yes, talk to me about that. What has driven you? What has motivated you to put in that whole investment in high-tech machines that can do that kind of job immediately?
Over the years,
Who are you targeting?
we're targeting you. If you knew our workshop, the old one, we had the capacity or service base, 21 of them. Okay? And we found the space was too small for us. Of course, I told you that was Nissan. Then we took on Ford. We took over Hyundai. So the space was not big at all for us.
So are you saying that there's a pickup in people coming to access your services?
Yes.
That service, it looks luxurious and costly and all that. I know you've put in a lot of money. You're using a lot of power, a lot of energy. What numbers are you looking at? What are your expectations?
In order that we service our customers, improve our turnaround time, we needed to increase capacity. We looked at our space, and that's all we had. And then we asked ourselves, what do we do? So we decided to go a level higher because, land is very expensive in this country. We are strategically located here. We own the land. So we decided, why don't we go up? First, we are looking for growth. How can you look for growth when you don't have capacity? So we knew that as we take on more brands, as we engage in more complex projects, we need...
You need much bigger space,
Exactly.
much bigger equipment.
Exactly.
What is the turnaround time? If I come in with my car, you're saying 60 cars, what's the turnaround time? Am I going to be out in 30 minutes? In 1 hour, or I have to sit around and look for coffee?
You know what? We've been taking 1.5 hours for what we call quick service. I now can assure you of 45 minutes to 1 hour. We will take you up in the canteen, you take coffee.
You have a canteen?
Of course, of course. We take you up in the canteen, serve you coffee, whatever you want, watch some news, and within 1 hour, your vehicle will be done.
Tell me about your lubricants, in oil and lubricants. How special have you also brought, as you bring these new brands, Citroën, Peugeot, tell me about your oils. How efficient, how lasting, how helpful to these high-tech vehicles are they?
Before we look for oils, we get some of the oils from South Africa, but we get majority from Total Energies.
Yeah.
But before we use any lubricants, we must get confirmation from the OEM that that is the right lubricant you must use for that car. If it's not, we would rather import it from South Africa or from the OEM. All this is according to the manuals that we get with these vehicles.
At the time in this market, there was a story of companies or dealerships like you being affected by sometimes fake products on the market.
Yes.
Manipulated oils and lubricants, where people then would go and, I guess your clients take their cars and they get problems.
Yes.
How are you fighting the issue of counterfeit and all that?
You know, we are ISO certified, and therefore we are committed to offering the best.
What is your message to the dealers? I mean, in these oils and whatnot. I mean, does anyone, if I buy from here, I just have to bring my car here for
yes,
sale?
yes.
I don't have to go somewhere else?
Don't go anywhere else, because we are ISO certified in quality products and services. We also make sure if we outsource or if we get a product from somebody else, it must meet the standards of that particular OEM. And that's what we do. We are committed to do that. We always do that. And our customers, by the way, have realized every time they have taken their vehicles elsewhere, it just goes.
How many units do you intend to sell this year, in the next 5 years, with these new brand varieties that you have brought into the market?
Let me not talk about the number of vehicles on the road. I want to talk about market share. We want to triple our market share in the next 5 years. When I say triple, don't get scared.
You're talking about Motorcare being responsible for some 10% or 9%,
no,
10% there.
We are currently at 12%. So when I say triple, I want to do 36%.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much, Florence.
Thank you very much.
To the Fords, the Peugeots, at NTV and
you are here to get everything you want.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's Business Now. Remember, all you need in terms of your cars, your luxury, and your durable, tough riding cars on our roads in the terrain that is Ugandan, Motorcare. That is where you have got to be. And remember, you can visit your Absa Bank branch to ask for a loan arrangement or a financing arrangement for you to be able to afford a car at Motorcare for all those European brands that you have seen. And that is Business Now.